Alright, so here's what most people do with parabolic SIR. They slap it on the chart and they just follow it. Dot flips below price, they buy. Dot flips above, they sell. And yeah, sometimes it works. But here's the thing. You're not trading a strategy. You're reacting. You don't know when momentum's actually building. You don't know when to sit on your hands. You definitely don't know how to protect your account when it all goes sideways. And that's the core problem with reactive trading. You're letting the market dictate your decision instead of having a framework that filters out the noise. Every flip of that dot feels urgent, like you have to act or miss out. But urgency without context is just gambling with extra steps. You end up overtrading, chasing moves that are already exhausted, and taking signals in conditions where the probabilities are stacked against you. So, if you're tired of that, let's fix it. The indicator you're looking at right now is called 200 EMA filtered parabolic SAR. And before you zone out, just listen for 10 seconds. This thing combines parabolic SAR with an exponential moving average to separate real trend from noise. It only gives you long signals when price is above EMA and shorts when it's below. On top of that, it uses ADX in the background to filter out the junk, so you're not getting whipsawed every 5 minutes. Now, parabolic SAR generates signals with those little dots. Dot flips, signal fires. Simple, but this is important. It still won't tell you when momentum is actually starting. It won't show you the beginning of a move. It just confirms direction. And if you enter late, you're chasing. That's a problem because when you chase, your risk to reward collapses. Your stop has to wider to avoid getting shaken out by normal volatility. And your profit target is closer because the move's already halfway done. You're entering at the worst possible moment. High risk, low reward. That's not a strategy, that's hope. So keep this in mind. There are specific settings for this indicator that matter a lot. And by the end of this video, I'm going to show you the exact parabolic SAR adjustments we're using here so you can screenshot them and plug them in yourself. Don't skip that part. But even with clean signals, we're still missing something. We need to know when momentum is actually high, not just present, but high. Because entering a trade when momentum is fading is how you get stopped out for no reason. Think of it like this. Momentum is the fuel behind price movement. Without it, price just drifts. It might technically be in a trend, but it's weak, slow, vulnerable to reversals. You want to enter when the engine is roaring. So here's what we add. The CMACD custom indicator. And yes, we're using optimized settings for this specific strategy. Now this version of MACD makes it stupid easy to spot momentum. It color codes everything. Red for bearish momentum, green for bullish. But here's the part where most people mess up. They see green, they buy. They see red, they sell. And that's not trading. That's just following colors. What we're actually looking for is high potential momentum at the start of a move, not momentum that's already been running for 20 candles. Because here's what happens when you enter late into momentum. You're buying a string that's about to exhaust. The early buyers are already looking to take profit. You become their exit liquidity. And when they sell, price pulls back. Hit your stop loss and then continues in the original direction without you. That's the scalper's nightmare. You were right about direction, but wrong about timing. And in scalping, timing is everything. There's a strategy for that. Let me show you. Take a look at this gold chart, 15-minute time frame. But real quick, this works on anything. Crypto, forex, stocks, indices. You can scalp this on 1 minute, day trade it on 15, or swing trade it on the 4 hour. The logic doesn't change. Why? Because momentum and trend structure are universal. They show up the same way across all markets and time frames. The only thing that changes is the speed. So right now, price is below the 200 period EMA. That means the trend is down, and because of that, the indicator is automatically ignoring any buy signals from parabolic SAR. Good, we don't want them. But here's the money saving part. This is where most people blow their account. You do not take every sell signal just because SAR says so. Look at the MACD oscillator at the bottom. See those white zones? Those are discount zones. That's where we want to enter. Not when the histogram has deep red and momentum been running for 10 minutes. We wait for price to pull back into a better area. And then we look for a signal. Why does this matter? Because risk reward is determined at entry. And if you enter in the middle of a move, your stop loss has to go above the recent high, which might be 50 pips away. But your profit target is only 30 pips away because the move already extended. That's a losing setup even if you're right about direction. But if you wait for a pullback into a discount zone, your stop loss can be tight, maybe 15 pips, and your target is still 30 or 40 pips away. Now we're risking less to make more. That's how you build an edge. So check this out. Right here, two sell signals both happen inside the discount zone during a clear downtrend. Prices below 200 EMA, SAR Phillips, MACD is in the white zone. That's the setup. That's when we sell. Now let's talk about not losing all your money when the market decides to do the opposite of what you thought. Two rules. First, never risk more than 1% per trade. I don't care how confident you are, 1%, that's it. Why? Because trading is probability game. Even the best setups fail 30 or 40% of time. If you risk 5% per trade, you only need 3 losses in a row to be down 15%. And when you're down 15%, you need to make 18% just to break even. The math gets ugly fast. But if you risk 1%, you can lose 10 trades in a row and still only be down 10%. You're still in the game. You can recover. That's the difference between surviving and blowing up. Second, set a stop loss on every single trade, no exceptions. You can use the DMA as your line in the sand, or you can use the most recent swing high if you're in a short. Either way, you need a hard stop, because the market doesn't care about your opinion. It doesn't care that you think price should go down. If it decides to rep higher, your stop loss gets you out with a small, controlled loss instead of a catastrophic one. And for your exit, set your take profit at 1.5 or 2 times your risk. So if you're risking 20 pips, you're aiming for 30 to 40. That's how you stay profitable even when you're only right 60% of the time. It's not about being right every trade. It's about making more when you're right than you lose when you're wrong. That's the only math that matters in trading. Alright, now let's flip it. Buy trade. Same logic, opposite direction. Price is above 20 period EMA now, trend is up, parabolic SAR is filtering out all the sell signals automatically, and we're only looking for buys. We're not taking every buy signal. We wait for price to dip into a discount zone on the MACD, white zone. That's your entry area. So here price pulls back, SAR flips below, MACD shows white, and we're still above EMA. That's a buy. Stop loss goes below the recent swing low or just under the 200 EMA. Take profit, same deal, 1.5 or 2 times your risk. You're not trying to cash the whole move. You're trying to cash the high probability part of the move and get out clean. And that's it. That's the strategy.